Hey y'all, hope y'all having a good night. I got my seatbelt on today, so I'm getting in trouble, and it ain't no beeping. But some of you were people's test, and that's why God always says don't judge, because I mean, you judge righteously, but don't just judge people off of how they dress or what their circumstances are and what they're going through at the moment, because sometimes those are the very people that could very well be attached to your blessings. And sometimes those are the very people that want to bless, want to do things, and God is working on them and pruning them to get to where they need to be. But a lot of people misjudge. A lot of people treat certain people that always are going through something or always have this rough patch, that rough patch. They always treat them in a certain type of way. You know, there's good people that, you know, look at people's situations and, you know, they're like, I want them to come out of it. I want them to be out of what they're going through. But then there's also other people who laughed at what you were going through and laughed and were happy to see you down, happy to see you hurt. And then when God starts to work on you and he starts to renew your mind and he starts to heal you, then it's crickets. But, you know, when you are the test for people, God will use situations to test other people's hearts as well. And some will pass this test and some won't. But remember, God just reminded me, there's a verse in the Bible. It's so deep to me because it said every purpose comes with judgment, and that's for good and for evil. So remember, when, you know, God has a purpose over your life, God has things that, you know, you are going to do for the kingdom, or, you know, you're going to change the generations of your family. God will test you, and he will see, you know, where you are at. But that's why you do not judge, because just because that person is having a rough patch, just because that person is going through something at the moment, God is using that to build their testimony. God is using that to teach them something. So always remember that every purpose comes with judgment, either for good and for evil. And sometimes that can determine your next level. Judging a certain person, and when, you know, they misjudge you and you were the test for them and stuff like that, that could determine your next level in God and where you're going to be. But all right, y'all have a good night.